Zoos are a place that entertain and educate the public, but they're also home to some of the most rare and endangered species. Today I'm going to be visiting Belfast Zoo, which is located in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I'm going to be looking at the fascinating history of the zoo, the animals and how they're looked after. So, let's go. The story of the zoo began with Belfast transportation at the beginning of the 20th century. Passengers from Belfast were transported to the villages of Whitewell and Glengormley by horse-drawn trams belonging to the Belfast Street Tramway Company and steam tramways from Cavehill and Whitewell. The tram line was then taken over by Belfast Corporation. The corporation decided that they wanted to build a playground and pleasure gardens at the end of the line to encourage customers to use the service. The area is called Bellevue Gardens. By 1933, the corporation decided to include the zoological collection onto the site. They began building a zoo and it was finished in 1934 and was then opened the same year on the 20th of March by Sir Crawford McCulloch, who was the Lord Mayor of Belfast at the time. The zoo took around 150 men to build and only cost £10,000. In that first year of Belfast Zoo, it attracted a total of 284,713 people. It attracted more and more people over the years. Then on September 1st, 1939, Nazi Germany invaded Poland, which began one of the most known historical events at the time, World War II. The war heavily impacted many people and places all around the world. One of these places being Belfast Zoo. In 1941, the Ministry of Public Security ordered the destruction of 33 animals after North Belfast came under aerial attack during World War II. Animals including lions, wolves and polar bears were killed, and new animals did not arrive until 1947. So for a few years, Belfast Zoo was not attracting many customers at all. In the 1950s and 60s, the zoo went into decline and it badly needed restoration. People got to work, and by 1974, the zoo was up and running again. Since then, the zoo has grown stronger and gained more visitors over the years and continues to this day. The year is now 2019 and the zoo is still continuing to thrive. So it's time to go have a look at the animals the Belfast Zoo has to offer. One of the most common group of animals in zoos are the chimpanzees. Now, chimps are part of the great ape family and are one of our closest living relatives, sharing almost 99% of our DNA. Chimps are very intelligent animals and communicate through a complicated range of hand and facial gestures. They live in complex societies with strict hierarchies, controlled by one dominant male. Once found in forests all over Africa, these endangered animals are facing increasing threats to their habitat and survival. In fact, it is estimated that within 30 years, all species of ape could be extinct. Belfast Zoo is home to 7 chimpanzees, and our dominant male is called Andy. Chimps are found in the rainforest. They are omnivores, so they like to eat things like fruit, seeds, leaves, and even insects. They usually weigh around 70 kilograms and can measure up to 1.6 meters. Like a lot of endangered animals, these chimps face the same threats: deforestation and poaching. If these threats continue, then we will lose many animals. There are still around under 300,000 living in the wild, but those numbers are decreasing fast. Red pandas spend most of their time in trees when they are not searching for food on the ground. The sharp claws make them agile climbers and they use their long striped tails for balance. They look slightly awkward walking on the ground with their tail held horizontally behind them. It was originally thought that this species was related to the raccoon family or even the giant panda. They have since been classified as a unique species in their own family called Aleridae. Red pandas live in forests. They are omnivores and like to eat bamboo, berries and blossoms. They can be up to 64 centimeters long with tails of 50 centimeters and can weigh up to 6 kilograms. The biggest threat that faces these guys is the destruction of their habitat. Red pandas have already become extinct in some regions of China, and there is believed to be only 20,000 left in the wild. These are not just lions, they are Barbary lions. Now, Barbary lions were first native to North Africa but are now unfortunately extinct in the wild. The last recorded wild Barbary lion was shot in Morocco in 1942. These lions usually live in a mountainous habitat. Their diet is carnivore. When they lived in the wild, they would hunt things like deer and gazelles. The Barbary lion is one of the largest lion subspecies and measures up to 1 meter in height and can weigh at an average of 230 kilograms. The threats to these animals were deforestation and poaching, which caused the death of most of the Barbary lions. And there are known to be only around 90 Barbary lions living in zoos around the entire world. The Asian elephant is a great creature, but due to poaching and deforestation, these creatures are at a high risk of extinction. Asian elephants inhabit the dense forests of India and Southeast Asia. They are considerably smaller than their African cousins and are the rarer of the two species. They have smaller ears and tusks, and their heads are the highest part of their bodies. The Asian elephant has 4 toes on the hind foot, unlike the African elephant that has 3 toes. One of Belfast Zoo's best known and most loved animals was Tina, the Asian elephant. Tina arrived at Belfast Zoo in 1966 and became known for her mischievous behaviour. She often stole visitors' umbrellas, handbags and property. Sadly, Tina passed away on 5th of November 2017, aged 54. The Asian elephant is found in grasslands, forests and rainforests. Their diet is herbivore and like to eat things like grass, bark and roots. The Asian elephant can reach between 7 to 12 feet high. It is now estimated that there are only 35,000 to 50,000 Asian elephants living in the wild today. That might seem like quite a lot, but those numbers are decreasing fast and are classed as endangered. So why did you come to the zoo today?
Because we like looking at animals and behaviour.
It's a very interesting place when you don't see these sort of animals on a day-to-day basis.
Do you have a favourite animal?
Ooh, I would say mine would be I like the chimps.
I like the penguins because I like to watch them swimming underneath the water. You can see them underneath, swimming underneath the water.
And do you think it's fair that the animals should be held captive?
Some of them yes, some of them no. The birds, the eagles no, and the elephants no, but some of them need protecting, so yes.
I would agree, I think, but I'd like to see them released into the wild again, because I think that's where they belong, really.
Do you visit the zoo quite often?
Oh, maybe once in a blue moon.
Yes. We used to come here when the kids were little, but it's nice to come back when we're a bit older to see the animals. I don't think it's an age thing. You don't have to come you can come at any age.
And it's good exercise.
Today we've looked back at the fascinating history of the zoo, seen the animals, and chatted to the people who visit the zoo. Thank you for watching and please come visit the zoo.